Good morning, Thrivers. I hope that you have a little more sleep than I've had. You can see I've got little baby Faith here, but she's not the reason why I'm a little sleep deprived today. If I look My friend went into labor last night, and so I went over to her house in the middle of the night to watch her daughters. What a crazy time, right? To be having a new baby at a hospital, right? With the coronavirus going on. Anyway, we appreciate thoughts and prayers for her and everyone else that's potentially struggling at this time. I know that a lot of us have lost loved ones or know people that have lost loved ones. And so I sympathize with you, and my heart and my love goes out to you at this time. So I wanted to come on today with all of the, just the craziness going on right now. We're still being quarantined as I speak here in Colorado, and I know many of you throughout the world are going through the same thing. And at first it was kind of like, wow, it's maybe a little bit fun, or maybe this is like really sucks. And now we're kind of like, this is the new normal? Like, really? I don't know about you, but I'm feeling like, is this really the new normal? I get kind of shocked sometimes at just how radically life has changed so fast. And while I know it's not forever, sometimes in the moment it feels like forever. Do you agree? Do you feel like that? We just started doing the learning from home, like school at home yesterday, and it was opposite of fun. I'm just going to be really honest with my 6 school-age kids. Some of them did great, and some of them just absolutely, it was not good. So I'm really hoping, fingers crossed, that we're able to get through that. But I wanted to talk about something that Mark and I have been noticing as we've been going through these challenges, that there really are like 2 types of couples that are really standing out to us right now. And this is true of any type of challenge, knowing that challenges are going to come. In fact, just kind of place your bet that about every 10 years in your life, something dramatic is going to happen, right? So just even like looking economically at our situation right now, like right now we're going through a pandemic, right? Before that, it was the financial crisis of 2008. Before that, we had 9/11. And then, before that, it was like, Y2K and all these different things. And so about every 10 years, there's going to be something dramatic that happens kind of on a world or economic scale. And so are we prepared for that so that when those times come, we're not completely blindsided by them, right? But what we're noticing in this pandemic currently, and it doesn't really matter which crisis it might be or which challenge it might be, you can kind of take the label out of it. You can take COVID-19 out of it. You can take, 9/11 out of it. Basically what happens is really similar things with people's mindsets, people's marriages, the economic situation. We go through these kind of cycles, and they're, like I said, almost predictable. But the thing is, like, most of us don't prepare for those things, and we haven't kind of built a really strong foundation in our marriage or in our life to handle those challenges when they come. And a lot of us just get completely flattened out by them. So what we're noticing is like there's those couples that are being defeated by these challenges, and they're letting this completely control them rather than taking control of their circumstances. Hey, April, good to see you. Hey, John, I know that's your real name. Nancy, Corey, good to see you guys. And so if you're saying things like this, it's too late, there's nothing I can do. Or even this idea of, I don't know what to do, I don't really know what's going on, so I'm just going to kind of wait it out and see what happens, right? Or I can't believe this is happening to me. Why do bad things always happen to me? I don't think I can handle this. This is just too much. Any type of that type of thinking and that type of feeling puts us into victimhood, right? Versus other couples that we're seeing that are recognizing opportunities that maybe never have presented themselves before. Or they have this new awareness, like, wow, what really matters to me is my family. What really matters to me is my marriage. And so they're able to recognize that this is an incredible gift and an opportunity to make some changes. Maybe we have more time now than we ever did before, because now we're at home more, right? And so we have more time to do some of that more inner work. Maybe we do have more opportunity to communicate with our spouse that we didn't have before. And maybe things are still really hard there. Maybe your spouse is still pulling away, but now you're recognizing, you know what, I've had enough of that. And it's time to start to turn things around and be proactive. There's a really cool analogy, and it's not my own, so I'm going to try to articulate it well. But it's talking about how, like, imagine that we're out on the ocean, okay? And it's easy to be the captain of your ship in calm waters, right? It's hard to be the captain of your ship when things are rough. But imagine that we're out, not on a ship, we're just out in the water. Maybe we're, I don't know, swimming, treading water, whatever. And we see this massive wave approach us. And there's basically 3 different types of reactions. And you guys have heard me talk about this before. It's the freeze, fight, or flee response. So the first response is to freeze. You see this huge wave coming, so you just totally freeze. And what happens? If you freeze in the water, like you don't move anymore, you're going to sink to the bottom and you're going to drown. The challenge is going to completely overtake you, and you're not going to have any kind of proactive measures to fight against it. That brings us to the next one, fight. Those that try to fight against the wave, like they're thrashing around, they're fighting, and they're exerting all this energy to try to push the wave back and to stop it from happening, right? Or to make it go away, and that is going to only exhaust them. And again, they're going to be defeated by that. They also made the analogy of in professional boxing, there's a difference between fighting to win and fighting not to lose. I was like, wow, boom, like that just set into me so strong. There's a difference between fighting to win and fighting not to lose. So in boxing, if you're fighting not to lose, you're just defending yourself. You're blocking the punches as they come in, but eventually one's going to land itself, isn't it, right? If you're never going on the offense, if you're never fighting to win, you're just fighting not to lose, eventually you're going to lose. So think about that in your marriage. Are you fighting to win? Are you like here to win this thing and have the most incredible, freaking awesome marriage that you could possibly have? Or are you fighting not to lose? Not to lose your spouse, not to lose your comfort, not to lose your sense of I'm okay, right? Not to lose that feeling of self-worth that maybe you get from your partner, not to lose your family, right? Or are you fighting for your family? Are you fighting to have an incredible family? So do that kind of check-in with yourself. If you're in the fight mode, are you fighting not to lose, or are you fighting to win? And then that goes to the next one, which is flee, which is try to outrun it. And if it's a massive like tsunami, you can't outrun it. It's going to hit you. So then you might be thinking, okay, well, then what does that leave us with, right? So we can't freeze, and we can't fight it, and we can't get away. Well, then what? Embrace it. Is embrace it. In the military, there's a saying that says embrace the suck. As in like, this is hard, it's awful, and we're just going to embrace it. Because when we stop trying to fight it, we stop trying to get away from it, and we stop just freezing because we don't know what the heck to do, so we don't do anything, so then we end up failing anyways. Instead, we embrace it, and we say, you know what, this is really hard. And sometimes some of us think that we should be maybe Pollyannish and be like, la, 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 this isn't happening, everything's fine, we're going to get through this, it's going to go away really fast, right? And we end up becoming defeated by circumstances as well. So it's being really real, like this is happening, this is the reality. And we choose to focus on what we can control versus what we cannot control. That's how we embrace it. When we embrace the storm, when we embrace the wave and we let it hit us, like it's gonna hit us. So just embrace it. Feel it full on and say, you know what, this does stink. This is awful. This is really stressful. This is really, really challenging. This is heartbreaking. And you allow yourself to feel all those things, then you can move through them rather than get stuck in them. And when you allow yourself to do that, then those are the type of people that are going to see the opportunities. They're going to see the possibilities. You know, they're going to grab the driftwood and make a raft. They're going to get proactive about this, and they're not going to let it defeat them. And so that's what I'm seeing from some of you here in the Thriving Marriage group. And it is awesome to see that. But I would say it is the minority of people are actually being proactive and actually embracing the storm. And that's where you find your peace. So if you feel like you're in one of those other modes of really struggling, fighting, freezing, fleeing, then make that shift, that conscious decision now, because it's a choice that we can make at any time how we're going to react to this. Are you following me? I hope I articulated the little metaphor there correctly. So I only have a few minutes because I'm sensing she's not getting so happy. But let me know in the comments if that makes sense to you. And if you have some kind of aha moment or some kind of awareness. Guys, I would reframe everything right now. I'm reframing everything myself. Reframe everything. So when you say, you know, this is a crisis, this is not a crisis. This is an opportunity. This is the hardest time of my life. No, this is an incredible chance for me to grow. You know, this is heartbreaking. Yeah, this is showing me what's really important in my life. So just reframe everything. So when you take the story that you're telling out of it and you create a new story that actually like serves and empowers you, that's when you're going to find some incredible momentum in your life. And that's how you're going to not only survive this challenge, whatever the challenge might be for you currently in your marriage, in your life, you are going to thrive. You are going to thrive. And we can say, you know what, this, instead of I'm stuck at home all the time and I hate being at home, like reframe that. Wow, I actually have more time to connect with my family than I ever did before. I have a chance to work on my relationships with my children, my spouse, and myself that I didn't have before. So I'm going to take this incredible opportunity and I'm going to make the most of it, right? So just reframe everything. If you really find yourself getting sucked down into some negativity, into some dark places, and some fear, some anger, some frustration, some despair, so that you are the master of your ship, right? And the master of the captain of my ship and the master of my fate. I believe that's the exact quote, even though I can't quite quote who said it. So that's my thought that I want to leave with you guys today. And many of you are saying, you know, there's just not really hope for my marriage. My spouse, they're just done. They say there's really nothing I can do. I've been trying really hard. It isn't working. You know, they're having an affair. They're in love with someone else. And I just want to tell you that Mark and I, we've worked with, like we've said so many times, thousands of couples just like you around the world. There is more hope than you could possibly imagine. There is. But hope alone is not a plan. Hope is not a plan, okay? Hope is a perspective, and it's going to open up the opportunity for your mind to see the possibilities for you, but it's not a plan, okay? So we definitely want to make sure we tap into the hope and see what's actually the reality, like embrace the storm, embrace the challenges, but see the possibilities. Because if you only see the storm, you're only ever going to see the storm. If you only see the wave, you're going to be consumed by the wave. You have to see the direction of where you want to go beyond the wave, beyond the pandemic, beyond the crisis in my marriage. It's not a crisis, it's an opportunity, right? So hope is not a plan, but neither is panic. Panic is not a plan. So get a real plan. That's exactly what we do here at High Thrive Coaching. And that's what you need to do in every area of your life, right? Have the right mindset, know where you want to go, and then get the steps and the plan that are going to get you there. And step up as a leader in your life. The world needs leaders right now. Your family needs leaders. They need you and your unique gifts and your unique abilities to share some light, to allow some healing to occur for you and for those around you. So, my friends, we can do this. We've absolutely got this. Let's not only survive our challenges, but let's choose to truly thrive. All right, talk to you soon. Hope you have a fantastic day. And my heart, my love, my appreciation goes out to you.